The history of Pratt Miller is an amazing evolution. When you hear the rich stories of each and every race program, of each and every person that was involved, of the leadership that Jim and Gary have provided throughout that, and then moving us into the future of engineering and defense and mobility, all of that has created such an amazing platform that we now have grown into someone and something that others in the markets we serve really look up to as somebody who is a powerhouse.
During the 1980s, Jim Miller was a businessman racer. He was a very good businessman racer, and he and Gary Pratt had worked together throughout the 1980s on various race programs, but never as partners. In 1989, Jim decided that he wanted to start building his own race cars. So it was at that point that he started to talk to Gary. Jim really had a huge trust for Gary, really believed in his integrity. So at the end of 1989, he and Gary formed a new company called Pratt Miller, and that's when the shop was moved from Lombard up to Gary's current company that was called Protofab at that time. And they started Pratt Miller. In 1997 was when the Corvette program began. You know, we had GM come to us and say, we got this idea to race this Corvette. It's going to be, you know, a couple tests, maybe a couple races a year. That's about all we've got planned right now. So we were like, okay, yeah, you know, just like most other race programs where they last a year or two. But this one really surprised us. In 2004, Jim and Gary were able to get a contract signed with GM for a 3-year exclusive contract. So that was really the first time in the history of Pratt Miller that all of the employees knew that, you know, they were going to have a job for at least 3 years. And that was really a great feeling for all of us, having never had that. This one started in 1997, and it's still going strong, bigger than ever. That's a testament to everyone here.
Our existence is about being masters of change. We don't like doing the same thing every day. We want to look at a new problem. We want to solve a new challenge. We want to invent a solution where none existed. We want to make the impossible possible. The Oshkosh teammate and partnership that we had established working in defense together was one that was very natural. Their humble nature, their hard work, all the values that we live by of stripes, and that's what Jim and Gary established early on, was that foundational set of core values that you always look after each other, you work hard, whatever walks out your door is highest of quality. And so that new arrangement for us with Oshkosh is a very natural one, and one I think going into the future is going to allow us to continue to succeed even more than we have in the past. So while we are part of a much bigger family today, we'll always be the Pratt Miller of old, creating solutions where none existed, making the impossible possible, and transforming the way the world moves, because we are masters of change.